Alright, good morning everyone. Gobbly New back with another video for you today. Got something special cooked up for you. I've been seeing tons of acuity wardens running around again, and quite frankly, I just don't think they're doing it right. I never really wanted to hop in on the acuity warden train, but taking my friend's build here and showing you guys some of his gameplay and how gnarly it actually should be. Let's just go ahead and get into the build. As you saw, we can reach almost upwards of 70% crit damage, which is huge, especially because we are a Breton. These are my attributes. Moving on to the Mundus, I am running the Shadow. You can run the Lover if you want to. However, I think the Shadow is better just for reaching that peak crit damage. For the food, we are running Jewels, and for Vampire, we're actually a Stage 3. It says Stage 2 because it just ran out, but we're Stage 3. Now, let's go ahead and get into the gear real quickly. For the monster set, I'm running Balorgs, medium in-pen helmet and shoulder, a trainee reinforced chest. For our front bar set, we are running mechanical acuity Divine's gloves, Divine's boots, both medium by the way, gloves and the boots, heavy reinforced legs, an axe Nirnhoned, and an axe sharpened, one with a flame and one with a frost damage enchant. For the back bar set, we are running Rallying Cry Defending Ice Staff with a weapon and spell damage enchant. 2 Rallying Cry Rings infused with weapon and spell damage enchants. A Rallying Cry Divine's Belt. And for our mythic, we are running Saint and Seducer with a reduced Magicka cost infused. Overall, you can run a different mythic if you like, but this is just probably going to be the best bang for your buck. Now, moving on to the skills, we are running Arterial Burst. This is going to be a huge damage buff for us, basically, and kind of an execute in a way, depending on how much health we are missing. So the lower health we get, basically this is going to hit a lot harder. It's going to apply hemorrhaging, and if you are under 50% health, it's going to crit always. So just a really hard hitting skill. I see a ton of people running around running D-swing or uppercut on their wardens, and it's just like, why? There's no point. This is way better. Maybe if you wanted to go lesser on your mag sustain or mag's cost of skills. However, this is just way better. Anyways, Deep Fissure for the minor, major breach. Super strong hitting in our combo as well. For our scribing skill, we're running Chilling Contingency with frost damage, and then the Warden Charm as our second one. And for our third one, I have minor vulnerability. Shimmering Shield, what this is going to do is give us major heroism anytime we take projectile damage, so we can get our ulti back as quick as possible. Bird of Prey for a snare, immunity, and mobilization, and the major expedition. Dawnbreaker for our front bar ulti. Moving on to the back bar, we are running Blue Betty for the mag sustain, as well as major brutality and sorcery. Leeching Vines is a super nice skill because anytime we take damage, we're going to heal from it, and it applies minor lifesteal to targets. Polar Wind for our burst heal. Now, if you wanted to, you could go with the Healing Soul. However, like I said, I'm trying to keep it as close to his build as possible in his gameplay. So he is running Polar Wind. Resolving Vigor. Ice Fortress. Now, I believe he takes this version just because it's 10 seconds longer lasting than the other one. And Northern Storm as our main damage ulti just hits absolutely insane. Now, moving on to the CP tree, we are running Untamed Aggression, Duelist's Rebuff, Fighting Finesse to increase our crit damage even more, and Master at Arms. Moving on to the red tree, Refreshing Stride. Anytime we need a kite and we need to sprint, we can gain tons of mag recovery back, which is super helpful for this build since it has a heavy mag cost. Pain's Refuge, Survival Instincts, and Sustained by Suffering. Refreshing Stride is probably the only real flex spot here. You can go Celerity, you could do other options, however I think Refreshing Stride is probably the best option. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and just get into the combo here real quick. So as always, start with all of your back bar buffs. Ice Fortress to start with, Vigor, Vines, Betty Netch. At this point, we're going to swap to our front bar and hit Bird of Prey, pop our Crystallized Shield, and then immediately do Contingency, Beetles, bar swap to proc Northern Storm, and then bar swap back so that we can start wailing on the target with our Arterial Burst. That's pretty much the gist of the combo. I'll go ahead and showcase it one more time. Alrighty guys, so here's the combo one more time. As I said, light attack between everything. And then of course, pop all your buffs. As soon as we do our combo, we're going to want to go Healing Contingency, Beetles, back bar to Northern Storm, and then start proccing our Arterial Burst on the enemy. And as you can see, it really just shreds. I mean, being able to do a damage per second output that high on a PvE build or PvP build is just a lot of burst. Overall, I mean, I've even had this hit close to like 50k DPS on this dummy here, which isn't necessarily a perfect representation of what it's going to do in PvP, but it gives me an excellent idea of what to expect pressure-wise that I can put on PvP opponents. So overall, a super gnarly build. I got a bunch of gameplay for you guys of his. Anyways, if you have any questions down below, I will try my best to answer them. Like I said, this is not my personal build. When this Acuity Warden stuff kinda came out, I didn't really mess with it. He and I had tested it pretty well, and I wasn't a big Warden player at the time, so I kind of just let it sit to the side and focused on other things. But ultimately, I've just seen so many players doing it wrong, and I just kind of wanted to put this out there and show you how it looks like when someone is able to do it right and how quickly it can just massacre players. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching as usual. I appreciate you watching, and we will see you on the next one.
Amigos on the bank will be falling shit.